So, growing up, I was always on a short fuse. I had a short temper, guys. When I was sad, I would cry. When I was angry, I would scream on the top of my lungs. And to put it briefly, I was just controlled by my emotion. And as a teenager growing up, I was oblivious to this fact. I thought that that is just you. You are controlled by your emotions, and your emotions are supposed to be expressed, but rather it is something not controllable. And that was what I thought for, heck, my whole teenagehood. And you guys can probably imagine that because I was controlled by my emotions, I didn't really do anything new with my life. I wasn't taking risk. I wasn't going outside my comfort zone. Heck, I was definitely not on the journey of self-improvement because I thought there was no such thing. And because of this, I was fat, depressed, and lonely. And quite honestly, drowned in my own self insecurity because I had so many of it. But ever since I found the possibility of controlling your emotions through meditation, ever since I started to sit there like an absolute weirdo in front of my family and just try and to focus on my breath for 10 minutes, I would be so frustrated. Like I could not do it and I thought this is OBS. But after a few days, after 10 days, I felt something almost life changing and that I was at peace. For the first time, my inner chatter stopped. My voices stopped racing in my head. I no longer was thinking about what other people were thinking about me, of whether I am good enough, or all these limiting and just self-created insecurities. I stopped thinking about them because I learned to focus on one important thing, and that is the present, not the past. Not how someone used to treat me in primary school, calling me all the racist names and fat shaming me. I was no longer caring about what has happened to me, but rather what is now, and that nobody has done you wrong right now. No one has called you names, or no one has rejected you, but rather you are you. You are like a brand new with no history or trauma. And that was a wonderful feeling. And perhaps for my whole entire life, when I was 17, this was one of my first revelation of controlling my own emotions. And when this happened, I thought the world was endless. And shortly after, through meditation, I have learned different other disciplines, like being consistent with the gym, finding a passion, trying a whole new business model. Failing over and over again was inevitable. And to be literally honest with you guys, I did fall back into complacency many times. But one thing I did not forget, and that is that we can control ourselves. We can control our feelings, our emotions. And by doing so, you understand that you can be proactive when you are faced with a challenge. No longer was I reactive. Although sometimes I am, but majority of the times I understand that there's another way out of your current situation. And before meditation, I thought there was no other way. That if you are sad, you should express it. If you're angry, then you should show that you are frustrated and feel the thing with rage. But there is also another way around this, and it's to live in the present moment. Allow the opportunity to come to you and embrace what you have now. Don't be held back by your past limitations. Don't hold on to your own insecurities just because somebody called you fat in primary school, or somebody made fun of your height or skin color. People were immature. And you have to understand that, yes, perhaps you have got hurt. Life is unfair and the world certainly is not fair. But the world is also forgiving if you are willing to forgive. And that is the beautiful thing about staying in the present, guys, is that you forgive about everything that has happened to you before. Don't get me wrong, you won't forget. But when you are solely present, when you embrace the present moment and stay focused to the now, you start to understand that nobody is thinking of me this way. That why am I still holding on to these fears, these worries, when they are not actually bothering me right now? But what is causing myself own pain? What is making myself unhappy is the fact that I am holding on to these grudges, is the fact that I am still thinking about the things that made me unhappy before. And thus, it is still making my present depressed. So, this is really all I have to say for today, guys. And I do hope you guys had learned something from this. But certainly, from this revelation of meditation has taught me so many things about controlling my own emotions. And I have definitely used this discipline as a tool to help me elevate my own lifestyle. And through this, I have accomplished so much more than I had before. And I do believe I can use this to accomplish much more in the future. And that is exactly how I see my life to be. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.